If you aren't secretly stashing away some money under your pillowcase or throwing some money into your savings account, are you even doing it right? Well, I've identified 3 ways to save your money, and hopefully these will work to your advantage. Hey guys, just Vish here. If you already haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and like this video to support my channel. And for the next time that you go and grab something on Amazon, please go ahead and use my affiliate link as it'll help me and it doesn't cost you anything. On to today's video. Now, when it comes to saving your money, one of the most obvious options is a high interest savings account. Now, these accounts are easily accessible. You could literally go online and set yourself up ready to go through your traditional brick and mortar banks or online banks such as EQ Bank as well. Where these two differ will be the interest rates that they offer and the fact that you can either go into a brick and mortar location or have it serviced fully online. The first major advantage to all of this is that you're earning interest. Now, the bank will take your money that you have sitting in your savings account, pay you a bit of it in the form of interest, and then take that money and loan it out to others. Often you will make anywhere from say 0.01% all the way up to promotional interest rates ranging as high as 2 to 3%, but interest is still some good money that you're making for literally having your money sitting there. Now, the second major advantage is the fact that this money is easily accessible and readily available. It's as simple as hitting transfer from your savings account to your checking account and vice versa. Let's say you get paid every other Friday and you want to make sure that you're saving a good portion of your money. You log into your online banking app and you literally hit transfer. That's how simple it is to move your money in and out of your savings account. Now, high interest savings accounts are beneficial because you're making interest, but what unfortunately sucks is that that interest that you earn is considered taxable income. So at the end of every year, as you're preparing for your taxes, your bank will send you documents to show you how much interest you've actually earned throughout the year. Now, it may not amount to much depending on how much money you have in your savings account, but it's still going to be added onto your taxable income. So that's one thing to keep in mind when it comes to having your money sitting in a high interest savings account. Now, the second disadvantage is the fact that those interest payments aren't as significant because those interest rates aren't the greatest. Keeping in mind that inflation is increasing at an average of about, say, 2% per year, having your money sitting in a savings account where the interest rate is only about 0.01 or say 0.05% isn't exactly the best use of your money. Now, the second alternative to a high interest savings account would be a TFSA, or a tax-free savings account. This account is very advantageous because of the fact that it's a tax sheltering account. In other words, if you were to set up your online brokerage with Questrade or Wealthsimple or whatever you choose to do, and you set it up in the form of a TFSA, any capital gains, any proceeds from sale, or any interest earned is not going to be added to your taxable income. Now, the second reason why this is a very advantageous account is because the money is still easily accessible. You can transfer money from your checking account into your bank's savings account or into your bank's TFSA account. Now, TFSAs are great, but they do have a bit of a disadvantage. Now, the CRA, or the Canada Revenue Agency, will determine an annual contribution limit that you're not allowed to exceed when it comes to contributing to your TFSA. Now, for the year 2021, that amount is $6,000. And from the moment you turn 18, every eligible person is able to contribute a certain amount every single year. Now, if you're 19 years old and you just turned 19, last year's contribution limit plus this year's 6,000 would be the total amount of money that you're able to contribute to your TFSA account. Now, the third alternative that comes to mind when thinking about saving your money would be an RRSP, otherwise known as a Registered Retirement Savings Plan. Now, an RRSP is highly beneficial, especially because it's a tax-deferred account. So let's say the day you turn 71, you decide to come and think about retiring. If you haven't saved up much money until then, you're sort of screwed. But with an RRSP, you could essentially put away up to 18% of your income on an annual basis, and all of that money that you contribute towards an RRSP will be deducted from your annual taxable income. So let's say you make $50,000 this year and you put $10,000 towards your RRSP. At the end of the day, when it comes to doing your taxes, your taxable income will not be considered $50,000. Instead, it will be considered $40,000. Now, for some people, this means that they could jump down a whole tax bracket or essentially just pay a little less tax at the end of the day. Now, an RRSP is an advantageous account, but there are some drawbacks to it as well. The first is that there is a contribution limit, so you can't put all of your taxable income into an RRSP contribution and write off all the taxes. And the second reason why it sucks a little is, yes, you've saved all this money in terms of taxes that you didn't have to pay, but it is a tax deferred account, meaning upon withdrawal or when you retire, you will have to pay the taxes for the money that you receive. A major assumption that people make when it comes to RRSPs is that you will be in a lower tax bracket upon retirement, and so you won't have to pay as much tax as you would currently. But that isn't always true for everyone. So it's a major assumption to keep in mind when it comes to either maxing out your RRSP or deciding on alternatives that work better for you. Now, whether it's putting your money into a high interest savings account, a TFSA, or an RRSP, you have to decide what works best for you. If you're only making $25,000 to $30,000 in a year, it's not in your best interest to start putting money towards an RRSP, as it may be to start preparing an emergency fund. But if you're making a couple $100,000, chances are you're not watching this video. But you may want to contribute more towards your RRSP or tax advantaged accounts so that you could offset your income and prepare for the future. As always, thanks so much for checking out today's video. If you guys already haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe and drop a like below. And for the next time that you check out something on Amazon, come back to one of my videos and use my affiliate link to support me and the channel. See you guys next time.